And back to our developing story. A key meeting between the NBA Board of Governors is taking place today as the league holds discussions on plans to resume the suspended season. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, a formal decision will not be made today as discussions will continue into the weekend. There were 4 return-to-play formats discussed during the call, including going straight to the playoffs with the 16 teams that were in playoff position when the season was suspended. The league also discussed a 20 or 24 team World Cup style tournament and a 20 to 22 team plan that includes regular season games for teams within 6 games of the final playoff spot, followed by a play-in tournament. Lastly, the possibility of resuming the season with all 30 teams was also discussed. NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski joining us now on SportsCenter. And Woj, what came out of today's Board of Governors meeting?
Kevin, there's an increased sense among the owners that ultimately they're going to let Adam Silver decide, along with the Players Association, the return-to-play proposal that he thinks makes the most sense, and that they will line up behind him. And that's the next step now. For the league and for Adam Silver, they expect to have a decision sometime next week. And, you know, the one proposal that I think has gained momentum among teams and owners and more people are comfortable with, the 22 teams returning, a play-in tournament, teams potentially from the East and West getting an opportunity to jump up into an 8th seed.
You mentioned a decision potentially coming down next week as we all wait here. How does that play out with the season starting when it comes to training camps resuming?
Well, the teams are, once they've made a decision on the format and they know what teams are coming back, then they'll tell those teams for their players to start returning to their cities. Now, one conversation that's still going on between the league, Players Association, and the teams, will they allow teams to have full practice sessions in their cities, or will it just be individual type work and then they'll go to Orlando and start training camp? Because teams, they want to get these players back in condition and ready, preventing injury and certainly having the best chance they can at a high quality of play.
Now, each professional league is different. How would you describe these talks between, you know, the NBA Board of Governors involving the commissioner, the owners, as well as the Players Association?
You know, all in all, they still view each other as being part of a partnership, and it's certainly very different than baseball and what we're seeing there right now. I think really between Adam Silver and the Players Association, that's kind of its own negotiation. And they've been able to get on the same page on a lot of issues. They've got some real difficult financial issues to work through after this Orlando single site summer. But right now, there's a lot of lobbying, politicking, 30 owners, 30 agendas. But there's a sense, hey, we've all made our case. We've pushed the things that are in our self-interest, but we need to fall in line here for the good of the league. And that came out of today's meeting and in my conversations with owners too.
Okay, you can't deny the positive momentum. We'll see how this plays out over the weekend heading into next week. Woj, thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.